So I have been asked who's behind the camera on the videos and who puts the videos together. It is not me. Those of you who know me, I'm not tech savvy like that. I'm going to introduce my coworker and friend, Casey.
Hi everyone, I'm Casey. I am the one that came up with this whole series and then I edit. And this week we're going to talk about work-life balance and how it's viewed by different generations.
I love this topic. I get into a lot of conversations about this. One of my favorite things about teaching, former instructor at Police Academy, and one of the things I do miss is talking to young people and actually having these tough conversations that bridge the gap between the generations, where it's a lot of misunderstanding more than it is differences. I mean, there are differences, but we thought it'd be a cool thing to talk about since we talk about it here amongst ourselves. Me being from Gen X
And me being from Gen Z.
generations view burnout and work-life balance, mental health,
Being remote work.
you know, how COVID affected and the world shutting down affected those different generations, and even the way we function now as a society within each other. You know, there's Gen Z entering the workplace, there's boomers still there, and there's just a lot of interesting things that come up that I think are a lot of miscommunication and just a lack of understanding.
With Gen Z, a lot of people would say that we could be considered lazy because we like to have remote work, or we like to kind of have a work-life balance. And I would say that that's wrong. From me and my personality, I would say that, you know, we lost so much like everybody else during that time, and I feel like it made us have a better drive to do well and want to have a balance.
I find that's a common criticism from the boomer generation, which is before mine, and my generation as well. We were kind of raised to grind, do your time, and you can enjoy life. And what I'm noticing now that we're working together in addiction counseling, mental health, it's interesting because a lot of people, when they reach those encore years where they're hoping to be retired and enjoy all the spoils of the grind that they've put in for, they're so burned out that they don't even know what to do.
Or they just don't know the resources to help with that burnout. And I feel like our generation, Gen Z, like knows about yoga, or going to the gym, or reading, or doing crafts, or anything like that to help with the burnout.
Seeing a lot more in this generation, when you say trade schools.
Yes, community colleges, going to like esthetician schools, or
That was kind of frowned upon, and for me personally, from my perspective, that was frowned upon where I came from. I mean, you were going to four-year college and you were picking a major and you were doing that at for me, the ripe age of 17 years old, where now that I know more something that I've experienced being in a few different careers is that it's always a work in progress having that work-life balance, because if you're passionate about something and you're excited about it and you're doing a job you love, you're going to have ideas on a Saturday night when you're not at work, and you're going to jot them down and do those types of things. It's not just my kids, it's this whole generation coming into the workforce right now. Like, even just this, the World Teen Mental Health Wellness Day, like how important that is. No, if you were involved in anything that was about mental health or wellness when I was a teen, you were hiding that. You know?
Our generation, Gen Z, is a lot more aware of like mental health and finding like those resources, and so we're a place where we can give people those resources so they can access.
And I think you guys being so comfortable with it sometimes makes the older generation uncomfortable because they never had that help. And I don't even think it's a conscious thing.
Yeah.
I think it might be like a subconscious bias that you guys aren't working hard enough, when really you're working smarter.